Let me tell you something. Life has a way of testing your faith at the exact moment you thought things were finally lining up. You ever have a moment where everything looked perfect? You prepared, you showed up. You gave it everything, and just when you thought the door would open, it slammed, not gently, not quietly. It slammed so hard it echoed. That's when the worry starts creeping in. That's when fear whispers, maybe it's not gonna happen for you. That's when doubt starts painting pictures in your mind of all the reasons you're not enough, not ready enough, not good enough, not connected enough. But let me tell you what I've learned, not from books, but from life, from loss, from sitting in the quiet after 1,000 disappointments. Panic is the enemy of purpose. Because when you panic, you stop listening. You stop hearing that still, small voice that's trying to tell you, hold on, I'm still writing your story. See, when you trust God, really trust Him, you stop needing every door to open. You understand that some doors close for your protection. Some detours are divine, some delays are not denials, they're just preparation. I remember a time I thought I had it made, auditioned for a big film, gave it all I had. I walked out with a smile on my face thinking, this is it. My moment, but the call never came. I was crushed. Later, I found out that the role went a different direction and the project, it flopped. It flopped so bad, it could have derailed everything I'd worked for. In that moment, I realized something. God doesn't need your panic. He needs your patience. He doesn't need you kicking down doors. He needs you trusting that the right one will swing open at the right time. So when things fall apart, when that door you prayed for stays shut, don't let worry drive the car. Let faith take the wheel, because God's not just building a door for you, He's building you for the door. And when you get there, you'll realize every delay was grace, every no was love, every closed door was God whispering, I've got something better. You know, we live in a world that's allergic to the word no. We treat it like a curse, like rejection is some kind of final judgment on who we are. But I'm here to tell you, every no ain't meant to break you. Some no-s are meant to bless you. Some no-s are God's way of saying, you're aiming too low. I've got more. When you hear that no, your mind starts racing. What did I do wrong? Why not me? Did I mess up? But what if you didn't mess up at all? What if God saw something you didn't? What if He looked ahead, 5 steps, 10 years, and said, that door's too small for the gift I placed in you? There was a time I auditioned for something big, one of those projects that could change your zip code overnight, and I thought I had it, thought it was mine, but the answer came back. No, thank you. No callback. No explanation, just, no, now I'll be real with you. I was hurt, questioned everything, but time passed, and guess what? That project, big as it looked, wasn't built to last. It fell apart. The story didn't hold. And the people tied to it, they were chasing the next thing, just trying to recover. Meanwhile, God had something else lined up for me, not right away. But when it came, it fit. It was purpose, not just performance. And in that moment, I realized that earlier no had nothing to do with my talent. It had everything to do with timing and trust. See, we treat rejection like a wall, but with God, rejection is often just a signpost. A way of saying, keep walking, your blessing's not down this road. The enemy wants you to believe a no means you're finished, but God's saying, this no is just a comma in your story, not a period. You didn't lose, you got redirected. You didn't fail, you got refined. Sometimes we want something so bad, we can't see how small it is. And God, in His mercy, blocks it, because He knows if we settle there, we'll miss the miracle that's waiting just a little further down. So stop cursing the closed doors. Stop letting every no drain your worth, because God doesn't shut doors to punish you. He shuts them to preserve you for something greater, something higher, something with your name on it. Everybody wants the door to open, but nobody wants to wait in the hallway. That hallway, that space between the no you didn't understand and the yes that hasn't come yet, that's where most people quit. That's where doubt creeps in, where people get tired, get bitter, where comparison eats away at your confidence. But can I be real with you? The hallway is holy ground. That waiting place, where nothing seems to be moving, is often where God is doing His deepest work. Because if he gave you that door too soon, if he handed you that opportunity before you were ready, you might fumble the very thing you prayed for. I remember seasons where nothing was happening. Phone not ringing, scripts not coming, doors locked, lights off, silence. But in that silence, I learned discipline. I learned how to stand firm with no applause, how to stay committed when no one was watching, how to develop a deeper relationship with God, not just when the lights were on, but when I was in the shadows. That's where the growth happened, not on stage, not in the spotlight, but in the unseen places. In the early mornings, in the quiet prayers, in the grind that nobody else clapped for. Because God doesn't just care about giving you the blessing, He cares about you becoming the person who can carry it. See, the whole way isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's God molding your character, stretching your faith, clearing out things that would collapse under pressure. Some of us are asking for a platform, but we haven't learned humility. We want influence, but we haven't built integrity. We want the crown, but we haven't survived the cross. So don't waste the hallway, don't despise it, don't rush through it, because how you wait matters just as much as what you're waiting for. You don't need to kick down every door. You need to prepare in the hallway, so when the right one opens, you don't just walk through it, you own it. There's a difference between a door you force open and a door God swings wide. You can feel it. You can sense it deep in your spirit, because when God opens the door, there's no confusion, no striving, no begging. There's peace. See, when we try to open doors in our own strength, we wear ourselves out. We hustle, we manipulate, we overthink, we stretch ourselves thin. We say yes to things that drain us, chase approval that leaves us empty. But when God opens the door, it's different. It doesn't require you to pretend. It doesn't ask you to shrink yourself just to fit through the frame. It doesn't come with knots in your stomach and anxiety in your chest. It comes with clarity, with confirmation, with calm. I remember a role I never chased. Didn't audition for it, didn't lobby for it. It came to me. Right time, right team, right message. Everything aligned, and I knew, this ain't luck. This is purpose. That's the thing about divine doors. They don't just open randomly. They open when you're ready. Even if you didn't feel ready, even if you were in your lowest place, God still said, it's time. And when that moment comes, it doesn't feel like pressure, it feels like assignment. Like you're not stepping into something new, you're stepping into something you were born for. You won't have to beg to be seen. You won't have to compromise who you are. You won't have to hustle for validation. Because the door that God opens recognizes your worth. It's been waiting on you to recognize it too. Sometimes we miss those moments because we're too busy chasing open doors instead of preparing for the right one. And other times God opens the door, but we're still so focused on the ones He closed, we can't even see it. But let me tell you, when it's your door, it won't look like confusion. It'll feel like confirmation. You'll look back and say, now I see why everything had to happen the way it did. God doesn't open random doors. He opens aligned ones, ones that match your calling, not just your ambition. And when it opens, trust me, you'll know. You'll know because you won't have to become someone else to walk through it. You'll walk in as you, but stronger, wiser, ready. When the right door opens, you can't tiptoe through it. You can't walk in with your head down second, guessing whether you belong. You've got to walk through boldly, like you know who sent you. Like you understand that you're not walking in alone. God walked in before you did. Some of us pray for the opportunity, beg for the breakthrough, cry out for the blessing, but when it shows up, we freeze. We start questioning, am I really ready? What if I fail? What if I don't measure up? Let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way. Your calling isn't up for debate. If God opened the door, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a coincidence. It was a moment ordained for you, and when it comes, you don't shrink, you step in. I remember walking onto sets where I felt out of place, surrounded by big names, big budgets, big expectations. And for a moment, that little voice in my head would whisper, "You sure you belong here?" But that's when I had to remember all the quiet seasons, all the rejections, all the preparation in the hallway, all the nights I prayed when no one was watching, all the doors that didn't open, and I realized. This moment is not about ego, it's about obedience. I didn't place myself here. God did. And when God places you somewhere, no man, no opinion, no insecurity can remove you. So when that door opens, walk through like someone who's been through fire and came out gold. Walk through like someone who didn't skip the process. Walk through like someone who knows this is more than just a position. It's a purpose. Don't let fear keep you on the threshold. Don't let doubt make you pause. Don't let the ghosts of past failures talk you out of your future. God didn't bring you this far to leave you uncertain. He didn't open that door just for you to stand there rehearsing all the reasons you're not worthy. He opened it because you're ready, even if you don't feel ready. And boldness doesn't mean arrogance. It means alignment. It means trusting that the same God who opened the door will walk with you through it. So hold your head high, shoulders back, eyes forward, because when it's your time and your door and your assignment, the only thing left to do is step through and own it. So here you are standing in front of doors that won't budge, waiting in hallways that feel too long, carrying dreams that feel too heavy. But I came to tell you tonight, don't worry. Don't worry about the doors that shut in your face. Don't worry about the delays that don't make sense. Don't worry if it feels like everyone else is walking through theirs while you're still waiting, because your door, the right door, is coming, and when it opens, you won't have to force it. You won't have to fake anything, you'll just have to be ready. So in the meantime, trust that God is doing something behind the scenes. Trust that rejection is direction. Trust that the hallway is not a holding cell, it's a training ground. Trust that the right door, in the right time, for the right reason, will swing open. And when it does, walk through it bold, walk through it grateful, walk through it knowing you were meant for it. Because when God opens the right door, you'll see why the others had to stay closed. You'll realize the wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation, and you'll look back and say, now I see, now I get it, now I'm ready. So don't worry. Don't rush, don't settle, keep trusting, keep preparing, keep walking, because your door is on the way. And when it comes, it's going to change everything.